WYCC members help bring all kinds of fantastic programming to you, including this conversation with award-winning mystery writer Michael Raleigh. We've talked about how you love the city of Chicago and incorporate it. Tell me about your first detective series with Paul Whelan.
Yeah, there are 5 Paul Whelan books, and each one has a crime that focuses on an interesting neighborhood. Whelan's specialty is missing persons, and so each one concerns a person who's gone missing, or a person, in one case, a person who's been missing for a very long time. And these take him into all kinds of interesting neighborhoods, and caused me as the researcher to have to roam around and investigate places I have only seen in passing, like the junkyard where all the guys go with the trucks full of steel and stuff like that.
So you explore Old Town, you explore Riverview, you explore Belmont Harbor.
And Uptown, which is where Paul Whelan's office is, across the street from the Aragon Ballroom, yeah, places like that. Scenes on the lakefront, Old Maxwell Street, things like that. And the Riverview Murders actually has a scene in Riverview, because the killing that starts that takes place some 25 years before the actual rest of the story.
You're not writing in the present, though.
No.
You're writing in the past. Why is that?
A number of reasons. I'm very interested in the past. I taught a Chicago history class for a while for the city colleges, and I find the past very interesting.
You think the past is more interesting than today.
Yes, and it's especially more interesting for storytelling, because my characters have no cell phones and walkie-talkies and computers to make their work easy, so they're kind of on their own.
So they're doing real old-fashioned gumshoe legwork.
Absolutely, trying to figure things out and use deductive reasoning.
And you think your characters don't need weaponry. They don't carry guns.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people do carry guns in modern-day detective novels.
Yeah, and that has always seemed to me kind of an artificial element, and it never occurred to me when I was writing the Paul Whelan books that a detective would need a gun.
Why artificial? Why do you use that word?
Because I don't know anybody that carries a gun. And when I was writing the Paul Whelan books, I knew a couple of detectives, and they did not carry guns or use them. They might have had a license and kept a gun in the office, but they didn't carry guns with them. The only people I've ever known that carried guns were police officers.
You also have a book about a detective, and it's Peerless Detective is the first book.
Yeah, that's my most recent book, and that concerns, it's set in the 70s, and it concerns a young drifter who meets a very streetwise private detective who starts to teach him about life and the detective business. And I'm right now writing a prequel to that book set in the 1960s, actually set in the Summer of Love, 1967 in Old Town.